Okay, we're back. We last video we saved this particular file. We're calling it the working file, and we see that it's a DWG. So I'm just going to X out, right? I'm going to use this little X on the tab to X out of that file. Try it again. There we go. So that file has been X'd out. Now, how do we get to that file again? Well, let's take a look at this really quick. So we just did this portion here, okay? And now we're going to go to the yellow section, right? The yellow section is we're going to open the file. And what file are we looking for? Well, we're not starting a brand new drawing. We're just continuing from an existing drawing. So we're going to be opening up that particular drawing file, make whatever changes in that working file, and then we're going to save it again, either to finalize it or to pass it off to somebody else. And you know, we do have the two options. Primarily, you're going to save it as a drawing file, or you can also save it as a template file, depending on what type of drawing that you've actually created. The saving as a template is going to be a rarity. You know, maybe if you made a mistake or something and you're just not used to it, you might have saved that, or you might need to save it as a template file because of certain changes that you made. But primarily, you're going to be using the drawing file. So how do we open a file? Well, again, a couple different ways. We can use the open command, type the word open, use the open icon up top above the ribbon, or go to the application menu and use open from here. And again, you would open a drawing. So I'm going to hit escape to get out of that. I'm going to use the open icon above the ribbon, and that's going to pop up my window from AutoCAD. And so right now I've noticed one issue, because this was, I guess, the last place that I was in, and it's looking in my template folder, and these are all template icons, right? These red AutoCAD icons, those are template icons. And I'll look down here, files of type, it says template. Well, I'm not looking for a template, right? I'm looking for a drawing file. So I need to change the file of type to drawing. And again, I'm in the wrong location, so I know that I've got a folder in my desktop. So I'm going to go to the desktop, and I'm going to go to my AutoCAD files, double click on that, and these are the two files that I have saved that I can open up. Now, if you don't have your location immediately in the browser window, it is possible to go through the top here, and this is a drop down, and you will have basically everything that you need. You'll have your libraries. So if you have your libraries, you might be in your documents, and then you might have a folder in your documents. So if I click in that, I've got a whole bunch of other documents that I can, or folders that I can save in. So mine is actually on the desktop in the AutoCAD files folder. So I'm going to hit working file, select it, file of type is drawing, yes it is, and hit open. And that's going to open up my drawing file. So now I can continue working on this and make more modifications if I need to. So I'm going to go ahead and add another little line there, hit escape, and working file, it's got that asterisk, meaning that something has changed and it hasn't saved yet. So I'm going to hit the save button. That's the one on the left, or you can hit Q save, and that saves my drawing. If something were to be corrupt, something's not working right with the drawing, it's not showing up properly or something like that, there is something called the Drawing Recovery Manager. So with the Drawing Recovery Manager, basically you would type that in, drawing, and you can start to see as you draw, it's got this one option for drawing recovery. So I'm going to select that, and on the left hand side I've got a Drawing Recovery Manager, and it's recognized two drawings, square number 1 and working file, since that's the current file that I have open. And I essentially have two options for each drawing. So the square file I did back in May of 2020. So I can either select the actual drawing file or the backup file, and that would open that up. And I can do the same thing for the current working file. I can select the drawing file or the backup file. Just for fun, I'm going to select the square backup file. Double left click, and I've got my square backup file. You'll notice that it does say .bak, right? And up top in the title bar, it does say .bak.dwg. So it's kind of reconverted to a drawing file. And what I would do at this point, if I were to save it or make changes, I would go into my Save As, and we've got our drawing file, and I would probably resave this instead of .bak just as a drawing file. So, but this time I'm going to call it square2, and I'm going to hit save. And now this file has been saved and recovered, and the old one I can throw out if it's still not working. So those are your options for opening and recovering files and backup files.